Okay, staff, I need to talk to you about some serious things. Here at the water park, both in concession stands and as lifeguards, front counter workers, supervisors, and management here and with our administration type things that we do. Some serious things that we need to really be watching is our COVID-19 directives that we have received from our city officials. Our city manager and assistant city manager have asked us to please make sure we are following these guidelines that are given to us. Now, a couple of things I want to read to you that has been happening in the city, and so you get the seriousness of what we're doing. We've noticed that here at the water park, we are not doing all that we can do, and we need to make sure to get it done. So here's kind of a report from the city offices and human resources. We have currently 17 employees throughout the city that are out of working for the city for up to 2 weeks because of the COVID-19 related reasons. Now, in the last month, there's been about 27 individuals who have had to use the emergency sick leave. We've had a few here at the water park also here, and that's part of the 27 there. Now, if we're not taking care of ourselves and we're doing the protection with wearing our masks and things, it could totally affect the whole water park. Things that I am seeing here at the water park, when we are on our breaks in between teaching lessons and at night, we are standing too close to each other. You cannot do that. We cannot risk getting any COVID-19 related illnesses here at the water park. So you have to make sure you are maintaining, watching and doing the things which are part of the directive. Wearing your mask is imperative at all times when you cannot maintain a 6-foot distance. That means in our policy here at the water park, you will wear a mask inside the lifeguard room at all times. You will wear a mask inside the concession stands at all times. There is no exceptions. Now in the front office, where we just have one person that deals in the front office, and usually you're in and out very quickly, they do not need to wear a mask. Myself, inside my office, I'm usually 6 feet away from people. But usually when we have Christina and myself in here, we wear our mask because both of us are within 6 feet. You need to keep up with this. Continuing with that. Not all of the cases are employees that have actually come down with the COVID-19 virus. They have only been in contact with people who have had COVID-19 or do have it. So it is very important that we stick with the directives. Here they are from our city manager and assistant manager, and you can say from the city council. Number 1, you must wear a mask when you cannot maintain the 6-foot distancing. You must clean and sanitize your equipment or areas frequently, which we are doing a good job. We need to keep scrubbing like that. Keep going with it. Do not get laxed on it. Now, when we are doing that, we cannot congregate like you are doing. If you have a mask here, you must wear it when we are cleaning, because I know you guys go around where you have a sprayer and a cleaner scrubber person that follows you, and if you're that close, you need to wear your mask. Here's one that you guys don't usually hear about because we don't travel a lot for the city. When you are in a vehicle, all individuals should be wearing a mask, even if the employees are just going to lunch. So you're with your buddies, employees, and things like that, you must wear a mask, especially if you are on city time. Wash your hands regularly. Make sure you use the sink. Don't touch your faces or mouth. When possible, continue these standards that you learn here and you are practicing. Take them home. Teach those around you. Use them. Make sure you practice those safe sanitizing procedures even at home. Now, if you become one of these employees that are on the emergency sick leave, you should isolate yourself until you can go about getting things done. Now remember, with isolation, you must be away from the pool for 10 days. You cannot have any symptoms for a minimum of 3 days before returning to work. So the question is, have you seen where safety has been ignored? And now we're in trouble with it. You know as well as I do, the water park is one place that we need to have open. It is imperative for all of us to do our best to keep it clean and sanitized. We need to have this park open, and it helps those to have swimming lessons, helps families just come down and enjoy themselves, and we need your help. Do not cut corners when cleaning. Be detailed in what you clean. Make sure we're getting all touched surface areas. If someone drops a churro or anything like that, we also need to be aware of cleaning up those sugar marks, stains from chocolate, ice cream spills. Please help us keep this COVID safe. The next part that I need to talk to you about is other forms of harassment. I know that you have watched the video about sexual and other forms of harassment from the city as you have gone through your paperwork and online forms. You have watched it and you are held accountable for the information in there. Some things we need to be aware of here at the water park in all of our areas is other forms of harassment. Many of you have forgotten some things, so I'm going to give you some definitions as outlined in the city policies for other forms of harassment. They are: other forms of harassment means and includes, but is not limited to, horseplay, insults, practical jokes, hazing, teasing, and similar conduct which is degrading or offensive. These things we need to be very well aware of how we conduct ourselves, how we make gestures, or some things that we may say that can be construed as being offensive or even degrading. You have to remember that each and every one of you are very self-conscious of how you look when you come to work. You cannot make comments about each other's looks, how they dress, how your body type is. These comments can be degrading and seen as being degrading or offensive. You cannot make practical jokes about another person or coworker. You cannot be horseplaying or hazing. You cannot tease one another. These things constitute as being harassment. Remember, you need to treat each other with respect. No one should ever feel like they cannot be safe here at work. This must be a safe environment here in the workplace. Each one of you must do your part in making sure that you have a safe environment to work at. You and your coworkers have that right to have a safe environment to work here. If you have been making comments about other coworkers, please check yourself. Stop making those types of comments or gestures or horseplay or teasing with one another. We all want to have a good place here to work, and Spanish Fork Water Park is a great place to work here in the summertime. So please make it a positive atmosphere for each and every one of you to work here. I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video on the COVID-19 crisis and your harassment. Please make sure to take it seriously. Thank you, and I appreciate all that you do to make this a great place to work.